What is going on, Ruckus and the Menace Sports fam? You are watching another Ruckus and the Menace Sports production as I, Menace the Menace, am taking the Cleveland Guardians to my, well, let's just say it is my in the sense of my real goal was to win a World Series. And we have gone through and done some off-season adjustments, and so far we have had some good opening dividends. We now enter this as a player lock as David Fry. For our first at bat, we dig into the batter's box, and it is a 3-2 game in the top of the first inning against the Kansas City Royals, with a runner on second and one out. We hit the first pitch we see, a four-seam fastball, but it is a high fly ball, can of corn, to center field, where the runner does not advance. And Drew Waters had made the grab. Our second at bat, 2 innings later, we're in the bottom of the third, still 3-2. And Wacha will deal. It is a sinker outside, and the count is 1-0. Naylor and Santander are the runners at first and second. Fry fouls off the fastball, and the count is 1-1. Wacha dealing the break even to Fry. And we get a piece of it. It's a base hit on a shallow flare to center field. Naylor has rounded third and scored on the play. And it is a 4-2 ball game. Bo Naylor is now up. And Naylor on the 0-1 hits a ground ball to third. 5-4-3. And the third inning ends with the Guardians having a 2-run lead. And this double play ended the inning. On our third at bat, it is 6-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. And we take a cutter up high for ball one. Fry is 1 for 2 at the game at this point. And we take a circle changeup down. And the count is 2-0. A four-seam fastball up high. The count is 3-0. Fastball down the middle. Maybe a little bit lower, but it was taken for a strike. We foul off a circle change, and the count fills to 3-2. We foul off a four-seam fastball up high, and the count remains full. The payoff pitch is fouled off. Another payoff is a high fly ball to left field, wrapping around the foul pole. Gone. David Fry swinging a drive way back and gone. 395 feet, wrapping around the left field foul pole to stay fair. And the Guardians now have a 5-run lead. This pitch from Wacha is a slider that hung. Fry takes the piece of it and just, on 107 miles an hour pretty much, wrapped it around, and it got out in a hurry. In the bottom of the seventh, the Royals rally back. And it is now a 2-run game heading into Fry's at bat with 1 out in the bottom of the seventh and a pitching change. And this ball is a fly ball to right field that was caught. And there are 2 down.
The catcher.
And that ended the game, and the score settled at 8-6. And now we move on to the GM side of this, where we start breaking down some of our trade list needs. We want to look for a shortstop to upgrade, a center fielder, and a catcher at this point to try and upgrade our lineup. But we also look to start shopping. We keep a lot of our key guys, but we are looking to put Gary Sanchez on the block. And we also will start looking a little bit further down. And what's the name that we see? Even though we just picked him up in free agency, we're going to try and shop Ahmed Rosario. And the Guardians have been rolling. 12-6. And now we have another scenario where we can pick up a win. We're tied at 2. Bottom of the 7th, 2 out, and Santander in the batter's box with Kwan and Naylor on base. Here's what has been going on in the game so far, up to this point. And Santander is digging in. Has 5 home runs already at this point. And he deals the first pitch, and the umpire on the appeal says ball. And it is 1-0.
Ball.
2-0.
2-0.
And we hit a nice, high, towering fly ball to center field. Unfortunately, it is caught by Julio Rodriguez, and the 7th inning ends. Paul Goldschmidt
The first baseman. Paul.
leads off the top of the 8th for the Mariners. And he gets in front of a fastball right away. And the count is 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider. And the curveball strikes out Goldie.
The batter. Number 3.
Tristan McKenzie with his 8th strikeouts. And J.P. Crawford digs into the batter's box
Ball.
and takes the ball low.
Ball.
A fastball missing up high. 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
Slider middle.
2 balls.
Strike
no strike.
1. Crawford fouls off the 12-6. And Tristan McKenzie puts another fastball there that J.P. Crawford fouls off. But J.P. Crawford takes another hanging slider way back and gone. And this slider just hung middle in, and Crawford sent it right up high to right field, 411 feet, to give the Guardians a 3-2 deficit. And Julio Rodriguez digs in, and Tristan McKenzie gets strike 1.
Strike 2.
Swing and a miss on the curveball. And the count is 0-2. McKenzie fouls off. Gets the breaking ball fouled off. Rodriguez fouling off a fastball.
That's the ball low.
Sets the curveball low. And the count is 1-2. 1-2 to Julio. And that's a hit into the gap. And Rodriguez will have extra bases. A double.
Now pitching for the Guardians.
And Cal Raleigh has entered the game. And Caleb Ferguson does not help the cause, giving up an RBI single on the first pitch. And Luke Raley takes a fastball for strike one. Hits a high, towering fly ball on another fastball to right field, and Santander makes the grab for out number 2. Jorge Polanco
1-0.
takes the sweeping curve inside for ball 1.
Ball outside.
A fastball missing wide. The count is 2. Jose Ramirez does not get there off the dive. A base hit down the third base line. And Stephen Kwan prevents it from becoming 2. Dominic Smith
Yeehaw.
swings and misses at the
Zero balls,
fastball.
1 strike.
And the count is 0-1. Curveball is there and fouled. And the count is 0-2. And the top of the 8th ends with a strikeout. Ferguson getting out of a mini jam, but 2 runs given up by the Guardians. And they trail 4-2 heading into the bottom half of the 8th inning. And Jose Ramirez is digging in against Sean Armstrong. And Ramirez just can't get the bat back.
0-1.
And the count is 0-1.
Outside. Ball.
Cutter missing outside for ball 1. Fouling off the cutter. And the count is 1-2. And Ramirez gets in front of the cutter, fouling it off. Getting in front of a slider. He's crushing balls, but they're foul. And he gets a hold of that one. That one is down. That one's in the corner. And we have extra bases. Jose Ramirez hustles in for a double. His 8th of the year. And David Fry now digs in and takes a cutter inside for a ball. David Fry has been outstanding with runners in scoring positions, and he gets in front of a cutter, fouling it off. And the count is 1-1. Fry grounds out to second and advances Jose Ramirez to third base.
The catcher, number 99.
Now batting Gary Sanchez. And Sanchez swung on and missed at the sinker, tailing in on him. And the count is 0-1. Takes the fastball on the inner black.
2 strikes.
And the count is 0-2. Armstrong deals.
Ball.
Cutter missing inside.
1 ball, 2
And the
strikes.
count is 1-2.
2-2.
Sinker tailing in even further. And the count is 2-2. Sanchez grounds through third base. He is entirely too slow. But the RBI comes in. And there are 2 down.
Now pitching for Seattle, number 56.
Gabe Spire enters the game. And Ahmed Rosario is now in as the shortstop. And he takes a sinker inside for strike 1. Deal 1 to Rosario. And Rosario bloops this up. And the 8th inning ends as Jorge Polanco makes the play.
Leading off for the Mariners, the right fielder.
Taylor Trammell.
Taylor Trammell.
Strike one on the fastball. Fouls off the cutter. That's strike two. Sweeping curveball does not get there.
1-2.
And the count is 1-2.
Yeah.
Throws him up on the curveball. Caught him looking. And that is the first out of the inning. And Dylan Moore
Strike one.
takes a fastball for strike one. Inside out's a cutter. And Andres Jimenez chooses to eat it. Double clutching. And that's a base hit. And Paul Goldschmidt
Ball.
takes the sweeping curve for ball one.
Strike.
Fastball there for strike one.
That's the ball.
A four-seam fastball
2-1.
that very well.
Strike two.
And Gary Sanchez can't stop the steal. As Dylan Moore has stolen second base. Runner on second, one out. And a 2-2 count to Goldie.
Count is full.
The count is now full. The payoff to Goldie. The payoff to Goldie. A high fly ball caught by Santander, but Santander is on the mark. Getting the ball to third. Moore does not run, and there are two out. J.P. Crawford, who just smoked a home run last go-around, is now up to bat. Crawford has fouled off a four-seam fastball on the sinker, and now a cutter, and the count is 0-2. Crawford is getting to everything here. Caleb Ferguson strikes it out, and we're in the bottom of the ninth. Heading into the bottom of the ninth. The Guardians trail 4-3. And Andres Munoz, the closer, has entered the game. And Andres Jimenez, who is 2 for 3 on the day, now steps into the batter's box. And Jimenez hits a big ball. Left field, but it will be caught for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder,
Stephen Kwan now leads off.
One ball. No
Munoz takes a slider outside for Kwan, and it's ball and one. Stephen Kwan popped up. The 102-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball caught by Julio Rodriguez, and the Guardians are down to their final outs. Miles Straw will be pinch hit for by Kevin Kiermaier.
number 39,
Kevin Kiermaier has hit a perfect shot. And the save is blown by Munoz. Kevin Kiermaier with a pinch hit solo home run. Swinging a drive way back and gone. And this game is now tied at 4 aside. And Josh Naylor stepping into the batter's box. A fastball that Kevin Kiermaier saw dead red and just completely got a perfect piece on it. into the right center field gap and gone. And Josh Naylor, who is 3 for 4 on the day,
Ball.
digs into the batter's box. But all 3 of Naylor's hits have been singles. The 1-0. Naylor has fouled off the slider getting in front of it. And the count is 1-1. Naylor sees a high fastball. Fouled it off. And the count's 1-2. And tried to check and could not keep the bat back. And we are going to extra innings after this Kevin Kiermaier solo shot to tie the game at 4.
This change for the Guardians.
Kevin Kiermaier is now in center field. And Hector Neris is coming into the game
Now
with
pitching.
Julio Rodriguez
Number
at the
50.
plate.
Hector.
Rodriguez has fouled off the sinker. Rodriguez with a high can of corn fly ball. Santander making the grab, hitting his cutoff. And there is the first out of the inning.
Running at second base.
Jonathan Clase
Jonathan Clase.
is the pinch runner.
1-0.
And he's caught at third. Gary Sanchez gets up and guns him down. There are 2 down in the inning. And Cal Raleigh fouls off the second pitch and hits a high fly ball on a 4-seam fastball to center field, and it is caught by Kevin Kiermaier, and we head into the bottom half of the 10th inning.
Now playing shortstop.
And Ryan Bliss
Ryan.
is now entered the game. And Anthony Santander steps into the batter's box. He has fouled off a fastball. And the count is 0-1. Nunez deals the 0-1. Swung on and missed on the slider that Santander chased. And the count is 0-2.
That's the ball.
A 102-mile-an-hour 4-seam fastball missing outside for ball 1. And Anthony Santander has hit a high fly ball right field, and this one is done. Santander swinging a drive way back and gone, 400 feet, walking it off for the Cleveland Guardians, fighting back, down 4-2, and shooting this one in. Santander with his 6th home run of the year, and he took it for a ride. No doubt about that one. And the Guardians sweep the Mariners in this series. A huge win. A major winning streak has occurred, and the Guardians are still surging. 17-6 on the year, and we get our first major test with the New York Yankees. Clark Schmidt, in a scoreless tie, faces Andres Jimenez with a runner on first and second, and
Now batting.
two out in the top of the 7th inning. It's rainy in the Bronx, and Schmidt deals the first pitch. And Jimenez swings, catching a little bit too far under the curveball. And we head into the 7th inning stretch. No score.
Leading off for the Yankees.
And Aaron Judge
The center fielder,
digs into the batter's box.
Judge.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Tristan McKenzie just does not get the front door slider to break as well. And then gets the first strike. And the count is 1-1.
That's ball 2.
12-6 just does not get Judge to chase. And then the fastball gives up the base hit. Up the middle to center. And we have the go-ahead run on base for Giancarlo Stanton, who swings and misses at the curve,
Off
or
the plate,
slider.
ball 1.
Fastball missing inside. Giancarlo Stanton fouling off another fastball. And swings and misses at the 12-6 curve. 1 out
Batter number
in the
24.
bottom of the 7th.
Brandon.
Brandon Drury
Ball 1.
takes a fastball in on the black for ball 1. Another fastball. And a base hit to right by Drury. And Austin Wells digs in, taking the slider for strike 1. And the
0-2 is
fastball
the count.
for strike 2. A curveball is fouled off.
3.
Swung on and missed at the slider
The designated
for out number 2. Patrick Wisdom is now up, and he takes a fastball up high for ball 1. And another fastball for strike
Ball 2.
1. A front door slider that just does not get there. And then another four-seam fastball, high fly ball to left, caught by Kwan. And the 7th inning is over, and we still have no runs on the board.
Leading off
Stephen
for the
Kwan is leading off against Clark Schmidt.
Stephen
Schmidt. And the sweeping curve
0-1's
gets
the count.
Kwan to chase. And the count is 0-1. Kwan pops up. A cutter breaking in. And it is caught for out number 1. Kevin Kiermaier
the batter,
digs in.
the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
Kevin Kiermaier can't keep his bat
0-1.
back. And the count is 0-1.
Ball.
Gets his bat back that time
1-1.
against the curveball, and the count is even at 1. Kiermaier has fouled off a fastball. The count is 1-2. Fouling off a cutter. Here's the 5th pitch of the at-bat. And it is a comebacker on a chop to the pitcher. And there are two down. Gabriel Arias digs in. He hits a nice high fly ball, but Giancarlo Stanton is there. The 8th. inning comes to a close for the Guardians, and Rizzo, LeMahieu, and Volpe marching up.
For the Yankees, the first baseman,
Anthony Rizzo takes the fastball, or slider, for strike one. McKenzie misses high with the fastball. Arias gets the ball clean to first. And there's one down. DJ LeMahieu
The third baseman, DJ.
That's a ball.
takes a curveball. The ball one. Fouls off a fastball. Gabriel Arias is just fielding everything. That's 2 in a row. And 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Anthony Volpe takes a fastball up high. Count is 0-1. Takes a curveball off the lower end of the black. And the count's 0-2. Throws him up on the next one, crossing him over with a slider. And the 8th inning is over. Victor Gonzalez
Now pitching for the New York Yankees, number 81.
is now pitching. And Anthony Santander is in the batter's box. And he just smacked a perfect no-doubter deep into center field and out of here. Anthony Santander has found a home run spree here with the Guardians. That is his 9th on the season. And the bases clearing solo shot will make this a 1-0 ball game. And this thing got out of here in a hurry. 432 feet and 112 mile an hour off the bat. What a hit. And the Guardians have said, let's go down to the bullpen. And Emmanuel Clase is getting ready to go. And Jose Ramirez is in the batter's box.
Yeah.
And Jose got defensive on a swing and just ate one. But the swing gives him strike one. And Jose Ramirez hits a crusher to center field, but it's right to the 6'8" Goliath of Aaron Judge for the first out.
Up next for Cleveland,
David Fry
designated hitter, David Fry.
digs in. And he hits a base hit to right field. Keeping the inning going a little bit longer for the Cleveland Guardians. And Bo Naylor now digs in. Foul ball on the circle changeup, and that is strike one. And that is a base hit. Naylor gets it in the Tony Gwynn 5.5 hole. And it's a single.
Number 6, shortstop, Brian.
And Brian Rocchio now digs into the batter's box. And hits a foul ball to right field. And the count is 0-1. The Guardian sophomore takes
ball, one strike.
a sinker outside. The Guardian sophomore has 2 home runs on the year. And the 1-1, it misses inside on the slider. And the shortstop is ahead, 2-1. Swung on and missed at the slider, and the count is 2-2. Rocchio. Oh, that's in! And we thought that was going to get caught. And that is a base hit, sending all the runners up one bag. And Andres Jimenez is now up.
Ball.
And he takes a sinker low for ball 1. It took a good while for this deadlock to be broken.
Nope, that's inside.
Will it only take 1 inning for this game to be busted wide open? And Jimenez slices a fastball or a sinker just foul as he nearly took it out. And the count is 2-1. Jimenez fouling off, getting in front of another sinker. And the count is even at 2. The break even to Jimenez is a pop fly. Blooped. Shallow left. And caught. But the ball is going to get away. And the throw to the plate is not in time. The error from left field caused a reckless throw and got another run across. And the Guardians have a 2-0 lead, and Dwayne Underwood Jr. has now taken to the mound. Stephen Kwan takes the changeup down. And the count is 1-0. And that is a ground ball to Rizzo. And the inning is over for the Guardians.
Leading off for the Yankees,
Oswald Cabrera will now get Emmanuel Clase, who is 8 for 9 on save attempts. Oswaldo has fouled off the cutter.
That's a ball.
The fastball is high, and the slider is fouled off, and the count is 1-2. Cabrera fouling off again. Clase is just on his game.
Nope, that's a ball.
And that
2-2 now.
was a backdoor slider that hit the black, but surprisingly was called ball 2.
3.
But the cutter is swung on and missed by Cabrera. And there's 1 out. Aaron Judge takes the front door cutter and then hops up the slider, and Naylor is there, and we have 2 down. Giancarlo Stanton takes a fastball for strike 1. Hanging cutter, but it was really, really fast.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Blown right by Stanton for strike 2. After a missed pitch for 1 and 2. Kevin Kiermaier not able to get that line drive before it hit the ground. A base hit
The batter,
for
number
Stanton,
24.
but it was held to just one.
Brandon.
Brandon Drury takes
0-1.
the swings and misses at the cutter for strike one. Fouling off the slider for strike two. And then hits a high fly ball on the cutter to center field, but Kiermaier is there, and the Guardians will steal the victory away from the Bronx Bombers. A huge win, a shutout for the pitching staff, and Emmanuel Clase gets his 9th save on the year. And we have our first trade offer. The first offers. The Colorado Rockies has proceeded to want to offer us Alex Verdugo for Kyle Manzardo and Eli Morgan. The New York Mets have proceeded to say, let's get Ronnie Mauricio to you for Jason Chiorio and Isaiah Green. And the Milwaukee Brewers are offering us Jackson Chourio for Khalil Watson, Ahmed Rosario, and Alex Mooney. These trades are actually a little more appetizing. But what trade is probably going to be the best? I'm going to say for me, Alex Verdugo is not the answer to that question. Ronnie Mauricio could be. But I am actually going to say that speed here is going to kill. And I am taking Jackson Chourio on the deal here. Not a lot of vision, but that great speed is going to help. And that may also have us ship off somebody like a Miles Straw. Of which I now am going to look and manage here. That I now can put on my players to shop. I shopped Rosario, and now I am going to look to shop Miles Straw. And we now will wrap this up with a player lock against the Boston Red Sox. And we face Cutter Crawford at Fenway Park.
Batting second, the center fielder,
Jackson Chourio facing Cutter Crawford. And that is a huge hit. The new trade acquisition is already doing damage here, sliding in safely with a double.
batting third,
His 8th of the year.
number 22, Josh
A huge trade offer has already started to feel comfortable in this lineup. And Chourio gets a double. And Naylor lined out to left, not able to advance. Chourio Chourio.
The right fielder.
And Anthony Santander has 10 dingers on the year. And he strikes out. And Chourio is left stranded on second base. And we have no score heading into the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off.
Seth Brown
The left fielder.
is now up to bat.
Brown.
And here's the first shot. It is a base hit to center field. And Chourio just charges and fields it cleanly.
Batting fifth.
Sedan Rafaela.
Rafaela.
Sedan Rafaela. It's a high fly ball. Center field caught cleanly by Chourio. And there is one out in the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting.
And now
The
Jackson
center fielder,
Chourio
Jackson Chourio.
is now up to bat against Cutter Crawford again. This time he hits a solid ball. But it is a fielder's choice. No, a double play. Heading into the bottom of the third. The Boston Red Sox lead 3-0. Jackson Chourio.
The center
It's
fielder,
now a
Jackson
two runs have been scored by the Guardians leading into the top of the fifth. It's a 3-2 game. And Chourio takes the fastball in the high outside corner for strike one.
Ball.
Another fastball missing high. And that is ball one. 1-1 to Chourio. And that is hit through. That is a base hit. And we have a tie ball game. Chourio hitting the game-tying RBI single. Up the middle and a comebacker. And this game is tied at 3.
The first baseman, number 22, Josh Naylor.
And this is through. But Chourio gets barely caught. And we head into the middle of the fifth inning. And this game is tied at 3.
Leading off.
Sharon Duran.
The center fielder, Jared Duran.
And that is a base hit up the middle. Chourio fields it clean. But oh no! Don't you do it! Don't you try and stretch it!
Now batting,
And outfield assist for Chourio. And now we head into the top of the seventh, still tied at 3. And fouling off a fastball. Crawford dealing the 0-1 to us. And we chop. And this ends the top of the seventh on a ground out. Jackson Chourio.
The
It
batter,
is
the center fielder,
2 out,
Jackson
top of the ninth. Runner on second. A big moment for Chourio, who is 2 for 4 on the day. And we foul off the slider. And the count is 0-1. And we foul all, or we swing and miss at the sinker. The count is 0-2. And we just can't keep the bat back. And we head into the bottom of the ninth. But we are on base in the top of the 10th. It's a 3-2 count. Naylor. It drops in. And we are going to just hustle our way in and score. And the score is 4-3 in favor of the Cleveland Guardians on this RBI single from Josh Naylor.
Now batting, the center fielder.
The Red Sox had scored 1 in the 10th, but 3 runs have come along. And Jackson Chourio gets another chance to hit this around. And it is just hit hard to second base. And a inning-ending double play. But the damage may have already been done. And it has. As the Guardians take a 7-4 win. And we are A-OK. And Juan Brito is looking for the fast track. But I am not going to give it to him. And the Guardians have only lost 8 games. But we wrap up this episode here. Thank you for watching this episode. And until the next one, where we see if we can take the Guardians finally to a World Series victory, that is. Hugs and hand pounds, everybody.